Part of my background that many people might not be aware of is I spent about 20 years of my career doing different things in information technology, information security. And probably 6 years into my career, 7 years into it, Agile methodology came about. And so it was completely game changing, moving from the waterfall type of development cycle that we were doing to using iterative 1 week to 2 week sprints where you could try things out, experiment, see what the user liked about them or didn't like, and keep reinventing from that. It made things so much faster. Speaking of creativity, I understand that you have a wide range of interest ranging from fencing to pottery to the 3D modeling that we've talked about. And I wanted to explore this a little bit because I think this whole avenue of creativity is something that a lot of people put to the wayside. And I think it's one of the most important aspects of our life because to me, it leads to strategic thought and putting yourself out there in a different way and expressing yourself. How has it benefited you in your approach to both your professional work that you're doing and some of your personal interests?
That's a great question. Like I mentioned, I never considered myself a creative person. I think it's really about giving yourself permission to dream to a certain respect. Because what we're doing is there's no rules to it. It's very open, right? A 3D printer can make literally anything that fits inside of it. There's no bounds really on what you can do. That is something that I had to learn and cultivate this sense that everything we make can be something never seen before. We don't have to follow what was there before, and we can do something new every time. And when I teach our process to clinicians, which there's a many occupational therapists and physical therapists who are very interested in what we're doing that we've worked with that are now purchasing 3D printers themselves and learning how to use them. When I work with them, that's the first thing I say is that it's you have to create an open mind and understand that anything you can dream of, you can actually make. And that's really important to free yourself from the bounds of let's adapt something that's on the commercial market. That's one strategy, and that's how what people have done for many years. What we try to practice is let's invent something new that fills the need that you actually are trying that solves the problem you're actually trying to solve. So it's really about being able to unlock that sort of free thinking in yourself and separate out a bit of your own prejudices and your own expectations and really just have a totally open mind for what's going to come with that. The second thing I like to do is to draw, but I'm not talking about really beautiful technical drawings. Like one of my friends draws these churches in New Orleans, and they're absolutely beautiful. His sketches are unbelievable. I am not that guy. Like I can't do that kind of thing as fast as he can, as good as he can. But drawing is a tool to work out ideas. And my drawings are very basic. They're diagrams, they're lines, they're circles, they're shading. It's very basic, but it's to understand what's in your mind and trying to get on paper. Believe it or not, half the time I'm drawing, I don't even know what I'm trying to draw. I just let it happen as I'm drawing. And that's really what I talk about. And a lot of people have written about this that drawing is a tool to work out ideas, call it working drawings for that reason. And I do the same thing when I build little models too. Something about moving your hands gets your brain working in a different way that allows you to bring up new ideas to the fore instead of just sitting there and thinking about them. Having this open mind is very important, and just trying to make something like a drawing is also very important. And if listeners want to get involved in do it yourself assistive technology, there are a lot of groups that you can join. Specifically, Makers Making Change is a group in Canada that I've been a member for, and I'm Louisiana chapter leader for many years. And it's a phenomenal group. They have a library of open source assistive technology that anybody can download and try out themselves. And so when I'm working with students and they're curious about this, that's the first thing I tell them to do. Download some of these assistive writing devices, for example, and try them out yourself and see how you like them and what are your thoughts on them. And that's a really great way to start to get involved with this. There's such a huge need for these kinds of things. For instance, there's a lot of people with arthritis that need help holding pens and pencils. This is a very common thing we make. Anybody who has access to a 3D printer, whether that be at your house or school or library, this is a great place to start to learn how to use that printer and to learn about assistive technology. So this is another thing we do a lot with schools is that we show them that their printers can be used to make more than just like toys and tchotchkes or the kind of stuff you typically see. They can be used to make stuff like this, which is a self-balancing spoon that's all 3D printed. It's hard to see there. But we developed this with a hospital system. The healthcare provider asked us for this because they don't have anything on the market that approaches what they needed to do. I think there's lots of opportunities for people for of all skills, all age levels, and all backgrounds to really meaningfully contribute to the disability assistive technology community.